Common Incident Staff Responsibilities, CAPT 117, Part 3. Emergency services operations vary in complexity. Some are simpler than others. To avoid problems on the especially complex missions, most agencies recommend following the guidance below so that the staff is properly prepared and ready for duty when called upon. General guidelines: most incidents will be of short duration and will not require traveling out of jurisdiction. The following are general guidelines covering your actions for those situations that will require an extended stay or out-of-jurisdiction travel. 1. Assemble or update a travel kit containing any special technical information like maps, manuals, contact lists, A2. Prepare personal items that you will need for your estimated length of stay. You will not always be in an area where supplies will be readily available, so be sure to bring the essentials. Point 3. Review your emergency assignment. Know to whom you will report and what your responsibility will be. Point 4. Have a clear understanding of the decision-making authority you hold for your agency while at the incident. Determine this as soon as you realize you may be assigned to an incident. Point 5. Determine what communications procedures should be followed so you can contact your headquarters or home office if necessary. Point 6. Ensure that family members know your destination and how to contact you in the event of a family emergency. Point 7. Familiarize yourself with travel and pickup arrangements that have been established for you. Point 8. Determine what your return mode of transportation will be if possible. Actions prior to departure: personnel will be notified of an incident assignment by established agency procedures. You may be contacted via phone, email, radio, or other methods as available or necessary. When you are contacted to support a mission, the information provided includes, but is not limited to, the following. 1. Incident type and name or designation. 2. Incident check-in location. 3. Reporting time. 4. Travel instructions. 5. Communication instructions. 6. Your unit's radio designation. Check-in at the incident. Check-in officially logs you in at the incident and provides important basic information, which will be used for status keeping and for release and demobilization. Check-in information is used in several ways at the incident. The check-in process and information supports the following activities. 1. Personnel accountability. 2. Resources unit status keeping. 3. Preparation of assignments and reassignments. 4. Locating personnel for emergency notifications. 5. Establishing personnel time records. 6. Release planning. 7. Demobilization. Check-in only once. In ICS, check-in information is usually recorded on the ICS check-in Form 211. Check-in recorders may be found at several incident locations. These locations may not all be activated at every incident. 1. Incident Command Post, Resources Unit. 2. Base or Camp S. 3. Staging Areas. 4. Helibase. In addition, you may report directly to division/group supervisors. If instructed to report directly to a tactical assignment, you should report into the designated division or group supervisor or to the operations section chief or incident commander, depending upon the level of ICS activation. After release from tactical assignment, you will formally check in at one of the above locations. Agencies will often have different procedures associated with incident responsibilities. The checklists provided here will cover most of the major requirements. However, some agencies will need to augment the checklists. Common responsibilities at the incident. After check-in, locate your incident point of contact and obtain your initial briefing. The information you receive in your briefing will be important for your own planning and for passing on accurate and up-to-date information to your subordinates. Briefings received and given should include: 1. Current situation assessment. Point 2. Identification of specific job responsibilities expected of you. Point 3. Identification of coworkers within your job function and/or geographical assignment. Point 4. Location of work area. Point 5. Identification of eating and sleeping arrangements as appropriate. Point 6. Procedural instructions for obtaining additional supplies, services, and personnel. Point 7. Identification of operational period work shifts. After receiving your briefing and activating your assignment, give a similar briefing to any personnel assigned to you. Supervisors must maintain a unit log, ICS Form 214 indicating names of personnel assigned, and a listing of major activities during an operational period. Incident records keeping. All incidents require some form of records keeping. Requirements will vary depending upon the agencies involved and the kind and size of incident. Detailed information on how to use several of the ICS forms will be covered in your formal ICS training. 5 general considerations relative to incident records keeping are as follows. 1. Print or type all entries. Point 2. Enter dates by month/day/year format. Point 3. Enter date and time on all forms and records. Point 4. Fill in all blanks. Use not applicable to indicate not applicable as appropriate. Point 5. Use military 24-hour clock time. Enter not applicable if the information is not available or not applicable, to let the recipient know that the information was not overlooked. Communications. Disciplined communications is key to the successful accomplishment of any mission. Important considerations related to communications include the following. 1. All incident personnel must observe strict radio/telephone procedures. Point 2. Use clear text or plain English. Codes should not be used in radio transmissions. Point 3. Limit radio and telephone traffic to essential information only. Pre-plan what you will say. Incident demobilization. Agency requirements for demobilization at an incident will vary considerably. Large incidents may even require the establishment of a demobilization unit within the planning section to coordinate the departure of the staff. General demobilization considerations for all personnel are to 1. Complete all work assignments. Point 2. Brief subordinates regarding demobilization. Point 3. Complete and file required forms and reports. Point 4. Follow incident and agency checkout procedures. Point 5. Evaluate performance of subordinates prior to release from the incident. Point 6. Return any incident-issued communications equipment or other non-expendable supplies. Point 7. Report to assigned departure points on time or slightly ahead of schedule. Point 8. As appropriate, stay with your group until you arrive at your final destination. Other considerations related to incident operations: sexual harassment, discrimination, age, racial, sexual, etc., the use of illegal drugs or alcohol are all prohibited and illegal activities. Correct and/or report all such activities to your supervisor. Represent CAP and the USAF in a professional and friendly manner at all times.